to learn how to do that, defensive drills are very important in Taekwondo. In the Taekwondo Lab, we'll show you exactly how we defend against opponents out on the mat. Here we are in the lab at Up Level Martial Arts, Fort Mill, South Carolina. Want to know when we're coming out with a new video just like this one? Then smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. Also, follow us at the TKD Lab on all social media platforms for contests, giveaways, and prizes. So the very first technique is very simple. Kenny's going to get in his fighting stance, and I don't want him to get hit by the cut kick at all, right? That's the whole idea of a shuffle, is not to get hit by the technique at all. So when I cut kick, he's just going to shuffle back, just like that, not get hit, all right? I'm going to reset. And the next technique is absorbing the kick. So what happens when you absorb? When I cut, he's going to step back, put his legs together, and kind of use the bottom of his hand to trap my foot. It should look like this. Right? And the purpose of this is it allows you to stay in the pocket. So 9 times out of 10, if he stays there and I cut, I'm going to put my leg down here. It's going to be here, but he's not further away like he would be if he was shuffling. So he's allowed to do a front leg technique. He can go over the shoulder, right? Because he's right there in the pocket, or right there still in attacking zone, right? So we're going to reset. The next thing I want him to do is step back and swipe. So we already have a video on the step back and swipe, so go back and watch that. So he's literally just going to step back and use his backhand to throw my leg off to the side. And when he does that, my back is exposed. There's a whole host of things that he can do from this position alone. And then our last one, again, canceling. We have a video on canceling, so make sure you go watch that one. When I cut kick, he's just going to cancel, just like that. So how do we develop a shutdown game from this? Easy, we'll show you right now. So he's going to take these same techniques and we're just going to run them through over and over and over again. It should look like this. Good, now he's on his other side. There's only one caveat to this when you're on your other side, and it's this. So when I cut kick, from an open position, instead of swiping, he's just going to step back. So for these purposes, all I want him to do is just step back. And the reason why, if he swipes in the open stance, just swing your arm, swing, it's not really doable, right? It's very difficult to do it that way, but it's easier to get the person to swing their leg to the back. So just going back and forth in a line drill isn't really how sparring matches actually work, right? So what we want to do is now turn this into kind of like a sparring match, mimic a sparring match. And my goal is to cut. And when I cut, I'm trying to score each and every time. That way he gets good training, seeing how an athlete trying to score his cut kick works, where he gets to work and develop each of these techniques we just went over. It should look something like this. Ah, shit. Ah, shit. Ah. Ah, yeah. Ah. Ah, yeah. So common mistakes when you're doing these defensive drills. The number one common mistake is actually being too slow and getting caught by the technique. For instance, if he's in a fighting stance and I'm actually trying to score and he's trying not to get hit at all, he's going to get hit on this one. And this is what we see from beginners, right? They don't really have their timing good. It looks like this. See how I still touched, I still, was able to land an attack? Don't want to get hit by it. That's a very common mistake that happens with beginners. Another common mistake is not having these individual techniques mastered. So make sure you go back, watch those individual videos, and then come back to this drill.